What is going on, everybody? Today, we're going to break down the game of the San Francisco 49ers against the Philadelphia Eagles. Very interesting game yesterday. Obviously, the Niners ended up being able to pull away and eventually blow out the Eagles 42-19. But watching this game yesterday, I felt like the San Francisco 49ers came out a little soft in the first quarter, right? Definitely not as aggressive. I felt like the Eagles defensive line generated a little bit of pressure on the quarterback. But from the second quarter forward, the 49ers did not hold back. And they ended up just crushing the Eagles. Today, we're going to analyze that tape. Very fired up for it. Let's get right into it. The first 4 runs that the Eagles had generated a loss of 5 yards. And to me, the Eagles came out with an interesting front, an interesting game plan to kind of attack the 49ers. But I think from the second quarter forward, they did a really nice job making the adjustments. So on this one here, you're going to see the inside linebacker 53 go free. And he's going to blow this play up. Now, there's a couple of different things that kind of happen on this one. Keep in mind, this one loses 4 yards. I'm going to back it up all the way to the all-22 angle. I want you guys to watch as the running back here goes into motion from the right side of the quarterback towards the bottom of the screen. If you guys pause this here, look at the numbers. Had the quarterback thrown this football here to McCaffrey, you only really got 2 guys over here to be able to make the play, and you got 2 blockers as well. Now, of course, you'd have a backside safety most likely pursuing that. But the thing with this play is if McCaffrey hits this all the way to the outside, he's going to pick up at least 5 to 10 yards. So what that means is if you run the ball over here to the top, the numbers are going to go towards the Philadelphia Eagles on this one. And you see it. The 49ers obviously lose 4 yards on this one. So the Eagles had the numbers to the left side and they ultimately blow the play up. Now, another reason why this play doesn't work is because the Eagles know the responsibility of the tight end here as well as the tackle. They understand what those 2 guys have to do. If this is a zone run towards the outside here, these 2 guys have to attack from the defensive end up to the cornerback here, number 24. And what that means is the guards and center here have to pick up Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, and 53. And because of the fact that Carter's slightly shaded to the left side of the guard, it's going to be almost impossible to reach up to number 53. 53 literally goes unblocked on this play. Right, so I think the 49ers just happened to run a play that the Eagles had perfectly aligned themselves for, and this one ended up losing 4 yards, but as we go through these next couple plays, you guys are going to realize some of the adjustments that the 49ers made themselves on the offensive side. So let's go ahead and get into this nice 11-yard run. On this one, McCaffrey's going to obviously do a great job picking up the 11 yards, but this is a really nice job by the guys up front. You'll see from the blocking angles and the way this is kind of designed and how this play kind of flows, how great of a play this actually is. In my opinion, it's just blocked beautifully from the way the guys kind of process it up front. Now, I do want to state this play does not work without Spencer Burford's block on Jordan Davis. If you guys keep an eye on the right guard, he's going to actually slingshot block Jordan Davis on this one. That's a really nice shot right there to be able to kind of pull him. Now, some people will say this is a hold, but this is not going to be called 99% of the time. And I say 99% because I have seen it get called before. But this is a great job to kind of use the angle that Jordan Davis takes against him. All it requires from a guard is really just to pull the defensive tackle that's slanting super hard towards the inside, pulling him with the left hand, pushing him with the right hand, and then just kind of getting to the back side of him. It also actually creates a natural cutback lane if the running back wants to take it. But it starts with that block right there. Right? Because what happens is as soon as Burford makes that block, you'll see on this one, the center's going to be able to climb to the second level. On the 4-yard loss that Deebo Samuel had just a second ago, the center wasn't able to climb to the linebacker. This time he is able to climb to the linebacker. So again, that block right there by the right guard is a massive part of this play ultimately working, allows the center to climb. And then even the guard here, Aaron Banks, does a beautiful job on the 3 technique. You can see him get out in front and really shut this guy down. The reach block by Banks here does not get better than that. He flips the butt over towards the running back. The running back hits the gap. And just like that, you get an 11-yard run. Beautiful job. Let's get into the next snap. Aaron Banks is one of those guys that I really like. And Jalen Carter, of course, is another guy that I really like. Aaron Banks is probably a top 7 left guard in the NFL. And Jalen Carter is probably already a top 3 to 5 defensive tackle in the NFL. So this was one of the trench battles that I really wanted to watch this game. And watching every single snap that Jalen Carter and Aaron Banks went up against one another was very interesting. You know, Carter definitely won a couple, but Aaron Banks won a lot as well. And That's a really nice thing to be able to kind of analyze because, if Aaron Banks is truly one of the top, 7 or 8 best left guards in the NFL, he has to be able to handle Jalen Carter because Carter is also a very, very good D tackle. On this one, he does a really nice job being able to get the hands into Carter. And you guys will see there's a couple more plays that will kind of point out where Carter's trying to hit his move and Banks really doesn't allow anything to happen. We'll get into those plays as it kind of happens. This one's a 6-yard run by Brock Purdy. It's a pretty nice job to be able to kind of break that tackle. Let's get into the next snap. You're going to get a 14-yard run here by Deebo Samuel. Beautiful play on 2nd and 5. The blocking on this one is top tier. The design, everything about this play right here is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and break this down a little bit. If you guys keep an eye on the center here, he's going to, right as he snaps the ball, just kind of run right out in front. And he's going to do a great job picking off the inside linebacker. And you see Samuel picks up 14 yards. Now, backing this up as well to the all-22. Great job by the receivers. The running back that's going into motion as well. Just a really nice job by all 3 of these guys to be able to block down in terms of the body angles that they ultimately take on this one. You see number 15, Jennings, do a great job. George Kittle gets out in front as well. And they're going to seal off. And that's going to give Deebo Samuel the lane. You see 64 also does a good job. Just the overall nice job executing. Christian McCaffrey gets out there, makes his block. And the only guy that can really make the play ends up making the play, right? He's the one safety that's going to go unblocked within this play. I don't want to point out one final part of this play. That's going to be Aaron Banks and Jalen Carter. Aaron Banks is basically going to slingshot, block Jalen Carter on this one. And you can see how easily he wins. It's just a really nice job right there. As you can see, Carter ends up onto the ground. Obviously, Jalen Carter is known for his pass rushing ability. He's known for wanting to hit inside-outside moves. On this one, he does take the inside track, and then Banks just slingshots him, and he falls forward. It's a good job using the leverage of Carter against him. Of course, 14 yards on this one, a really, really nice job. Let's get into the next snap. You're going to get a 2-yard touchdown run here by McCaffrey. A really nice job by both the center and left guard Aaron Banks on this one. Brendel's going to do a really, really nice job on this one. He's going to reach on number 41, Nicholas Morrow. Keeping in mind, Morrow's already shaded to the right side of the center, so this is a hard block. He has to make sure he takes that angle to be able to cut Morrow off because the run is to the right of the screen, and he's going to be able to do that, right? So it's a really, really nice angle he takes. He basically goes right off the butt of Jalen Carter. It's a really, really nice job by Brendel with the angle, and he's going to be able to hold on to Nicholas Morrow, who's not going to be able to get over the top. Of course, the left guard, Aaron Banks. Look at the reach here on Jalen Carter. A really nice job being able to kind of get to that front side and hold him long enough that he's not able to get there either, right? Great job once again by Aaron Banks on a really good defensive tackle. Left tackle is going to block out, and he's going to really get that movement on the defensive end here. Really, really nice job by the offensive line. The run game here has been phenomenal for the 49ers. And I know most 49er fans understand that, but for any person that's a non-49ers fan that's watching this and maybe you don't watch the tape of the 49ers, the run game coordination has been perfect. So big shout out to the offensive line coach who's also responsible for the run game. There's Chris Forrester. Really nice job. Let's get into the next snap. You got to do a better job here on the defensive tackle. And I understand this is a really good defensive tackle in Fletcher Cox, but you can't have this happen. You can't give up both the penetration and the tackle, right? If you're going to get penetrated, let it be, but you got to stick to your guy. You got to stick on the defensive tackle on this one. Cox is a really nice job, gets both hands right into Burford, lifts him backwards, and you're going to have this happen, right? In a young guard, a guy who is strong as hell, but maybe from a technique perspective, he's not 100% there. Going up against a guy who has a Hall of Fame resume, you're going to get these plays. So not a big deal, but I did want to point this one out. Got to do a better job if you're the guard. Let's get into the next snap. Really nice play design, in my opinion. The offense knows this is cover one man-to-man based off of the alignment as well as the pre-snap motion. And you're going to design a play to Christian McCaffrey on 3rd and 3. And this one popped for 33 yards. One of the flaws that the Eagles have is their linebackers aren't very good. I think most teams that have played the Eagles this season have understood that. Their linebackers aren't very good. It is the biggest weakness that the Eagles have. And on this one, the 49ers do a great job exploiting that. You're going to put Christian McCaffrey in motion. The linebacker's going to end up in a one-on-one with him. And that's a very hard thing to do. When you put McCaffrey and a linebacker out in space and you give him the option and keeps the shoulder square, he can hit an inside move. He can hit an outside move, or he can just kind of run right by you, which in this instance he's going to do. That's a really nice job, and the pass is perfect. The pass is thrown before Christian McCaffrey even turns the head. Great job by Brock Purdy to be able to deliver a really, really nice pass. At the same time, if you guys keep an eye on the offensive line, the defensive line is going to run games across the board, and the offensive line is going to pick it up perfectly. So really, really, really nice job by the offensive lineman. Now, from the center, right guard, right tackle, you're actually going to get a 2-on-3. But if you guys look at Banks and Trent Williams, you're going to get a 2-on-2. And they're going to do a really nice job to be able to process and pick up and really pass off and make the change on the game. So Banks has to take number 93, get the hands into him, pass him off to Trent. And then after that, he has to get back and pick up Josh Sweat. And he does that perfectly. That's a really, really nice job because that right there allows the quarterback the time to be able to throw the ball. That right there makes sure the quarterback's not pressured at all. And he can deliver a nice pass to McCaffrey. This one right here picked up 33 yards. The pre-snap motion that Kyle Shanahan does is phenomenal. It makes the defense have to think so much. Guys get so confused, and then the blocks, everybody's kind of on the same pace. And you get plays like this, 12-yard touchdown runs. This one's, in my opinion, beautiful, right? You see George Kittle here initially going to motion. He's going to set back up, and the guys are kind of confused. And you get another guy come from the left side over to the right side. That's going to confuse some of these guys. If you guys look at Colton McKivitz here, he's going to take this angle this way. And I think that Nicholas Morrow almost feels like this is a run to that same side. So you guys keep an eye on number 41. You see that because of the angle McKivitz takes, 41 kind of angles over here to the right a little bit. Now, McKivitz doesn't do a good enough job on 41, but 41 takes himself out of the play. All right, he's already taken himself out of the play. He's not going to be able to track the ball. Right, he's just too slow on this one. But it's all that pre-snap motion. It's all the movement up front. It's the way that the right tackle comes out of his stance. Right, he takes that angle to make the inside linebacker feel like this play's a run to that side. Right, so that's a good job. You also see the receiver Jennings do a great job on the safety. Kittle's block is what ultimately allows us to score a touchdown. Not only does he get the outside shoulder on Darius Slay, the cornerback, which is going to give Deebo Samuel the outside lane, but look at how he picks off the other safety, number 31 as well. Right there. He takes 2 for 1, and that's a beautiful, beautiful job by Kittle. The play doesn't work without those 2 blocks, so that's a really, really nice job by George Kittle. Of course, you got to give credit where credit's due, and it's due just kind of all across the board. The pre-snap motion that Kyle Shanahan puts into place, the vision by Samuel to take this all the way to the outside as opposed to cutting it to the inside. The guys up front, the coordination. So really, really nicely executed play. This one was a 12-yard touchdown. And what's crazy is there's probably 7 more plays that we're going to look at that were designed basically like this one, right? Where it's a phenomenal job by all the guys up front. And we'll go ahead and start with this 16-yard run here by Christian McCaffrey. The guys up front do a great job. I think this is a simple Kyle Shanahan run, right? I think they run this play more so than any other run. It's really that wide zone, strong lead with the fullback. And if you guys keep an eye on the fullback here, he's going to do a really nice job on the defensive end. Look at the angle he's going to take on the defensive end, and look at as he makes contact with him. Look at him flip the hips right there. And that ability to be able to flip the hips gives the running back the lane. And this is what offensive linemen do. And the 49ers get this out of their fullback. That's phenomenal right there by Kyle Juszczyk. Of course, McCaffrey sees that, and he's able to kind of cut it that same way. The guys up front do a good job. You get the center who's going to reach. Trent Williams is going to get out in front. The guard does a good job reaching on number 93. I mean, this is just blocked perfectly. Every single one of these guys across the board have a body on a body. And for McCaffrey, when you give him that, he's going to pick up 16 yards. And what's crazy is this one picked up 16 yards, but the very next one picks up 46 yards, 2nd and 8. And the 49ers do a beautiful job designing this play. And on tape, you really see it kind of develop in front of you, right? This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job by all the guys up front. To me, you get 5 offensive linemen get out in front. It's not like Deebo Samuel takes this to the outside. He's literally going to end up going off of the butt of these guys as it kind of develops. This is a really nicely executed play once again. And Samuel with the vision, right? You got to give credit where credit's due. Deebo Samuel has great vision. And he's one of the best playmakers in the NFL, and it's for a reason. Of course, I got to give credit to the offensive lineman. I believe it's Spencer Burford that's going to end up getting a big hit downfield. We'll slow it down as it kind of gets there. A really, really nice job. You'll see him right there crush number 41. That's a beautiful job right there by Burford. Really gets into number 41. Make sure to put his ass into the ground. You know, he's the guy that could have made the play if Burford doesn't block him the way he does. Really, really nicely executed play by the San Francisco 49ers. In my opinion, I think the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. I think their offense is clicking this season. Brock Purdy's obviously taking this offense to a whole nother level. All the playmakers are healthy. McCaffrey is obviously McCaffrey. The run game coordination, shout out Chris Forster. And more so than that, the defense is a dominant defense. Great linebackers, great defensive line. The Hargrave, the Chase Young additions have made a difference. All of the guys on the 49ers this season have come together really, really nicely. And in my opinion, the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. Very, very excited to cover them as they kind of make the Super Bowl run this season. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.